r/ShortScaryStories, Time Machine, posted by Hyper Obscura. If anyone finds this letter, I've gone back in time to find my mom. You don't have to look for me elsewhere, because you won't find me. I promise I'm safe. I'll miss you all terribly, especially my best friend Maurice, but I'll be back again with my mom when we find her. My dad has been working on the time machine for months, all day and night. I sometimes speak to him before going to bed, and when I wake up, but most of the time he's in the basement. At first I was scared, because he'd always scream and throw things, but he just told me he gets angry because it's hard work, and that he's not angry with me. We're not doing so good when mom isn't here. That's why we have to go back and find her. I'm always hungry. Dad is always drinking, and I don't think he even has a job anymore. It's okay, don't feel bad. We'll go back in time and we'll find her. I think it's the best time for us to go now. We're not supposed to live here anymore according to the letter we got. Dad doesn't read the mail anymore, but sometimes I read some of the letters, even though I don't understand all of it. There are a lot of numbers and words like final notice, which I don't know what it means, but it sounds serious. But we don't have to worry anymore. That's what I'm saying. We're going to find her, 100% true, and then we'll come back, and everything is going to be okay. Dad doesn't lie. He's never lied to me before, so it's true. I know it is. He showed me the time machine yesterday. It's so shiny. It fits all three of us, and it's really comfy and warm. He's getting it ready as I'm writing this, so I'd better hurry up and go now. There are things we must do before we go, you see. It's because we can't normally travel through time, so we have to prepare our bodies. I just swallowed the pills he gave me. They're for temporal sickness. I had to swallow 9 of them since I'm 9 years old. My dad swallowed lots more. Then all we have to do is lay down in the time machine, and suddenly we'll find mom again, and she won't be dead anymore. Isn't that the best? Just have to close my eyes and everything will be like it was before. I'm getting very sleepy. I think I have to go now. I hope you find this letter, Maurice. Don't be sad. I'll be back soon. Love, Sophia. I joined a 5-day cruise, posted by Dober Max. They say a vacation helps you forget about things for a short while. So that's what I did. On my apartment's balcony this Friday night, with a cigarette in my mouth and a beer in my hand, I browsed the website of this Paul Horn. Yesterday, someone handed me a leaflet about Horn's offer of a 5-day getaway aboard his luxury yacht. This once-in-a-lifetime cruise will be your getaway to a new world, the leaflet said. I didn't know what to make of that. My mind was too effed up to care. This January, my wife left me to be with that guy she's been sleeping with since 2018, as per her confession. A few weeks later, the company where I worked for 10 years downsized, and I was among those who were axed. This expensive cruise definitely won't take away my woes, but at least it'll be a welcome distraction. Come Monday, a van brought me and 6 other joiners to the marina. Horn welcomed us aboard his massive yacht and led us to our rooms. We then had an orientation on the deck while the vessel sailed away from our tiny coastal town. I spent the first day feasting on the seafood buffet, drinking exotic beer, and chain-smoking cigarettes that I'd never tried before. All this without bothering the others. I returned to my room that night with 5 cans of beer and a pack of peanuts. Someone knocked on my door before I could change clothes. It was Horn, and in his hand was a tray of shot glasses containing a yellow liquid. "Take one, it'll help you sleep," he said. So I downed one and thanked him for it. I didn't know what it was, but it tasted like milk. And boy did that drink do the trick. Minutes after Horn left, I crashed on my bed and fell asleep. I woke up at 9 a.m., feeling absolutely refreshed. I went to the deck and marveled at the sight of the beautiful sea around us, with our town just a blur in the distance. During our lunch on Wednesday, a woman asked Horn, "What's that about the new world you mentioned in your leaflets?" "We'll be heading towards a new world, where we can start over with a clean slate. We will be the first there. Worry not, just relax and enjoy this break. You've all been through a lot in your lives." Horn answered with his usual calm tone. So we carried on with our remaining days. I just repeated my routine of eat, drink, smoke, and finally end my day with Horn's yellow liquid. On Friday, the last day of the cruise, I went to the dock for my dose of 9 a.m. sunshine. And from the distance, a mushroom cloud towered over where our town stood. And for the first time this damn year, I smiled a genuine smile. First letters, posted by Hamburger Girl 7. Sadly, the story ended the same way they all do. The letters in the story spell out, "Look behind you." I rolled my eyes. I've read so many stories with that same twist, I'd pretty much become numb to it. Under normal circumstances, I might have actually looked behind me, but at the time I had my back pressed up against a wall, with no room left for anything to be there. It was almost a shame. Even though I was essentially bored to death of the same words, I almost longed for something to actually be behind me, so I could have a good laugh. I returned to my scrolling in search for a new story. Finally, I found one that seemed interesting. It was your typical boy who cried wolf story. I saw the twist from a mile away. The father didn't believe the boy. Shocking. But it was still a fun read. Feeling a bit better about the quality of stories I was finding, I clicked on the next one. I enjoyed the writing and pacing until the end. The main character starts addressing the readers. Look behind you. Oh, for frick's sake. Another one? This was really old now. Look, I get it. Some big scary monster behind me that the author wants me to freak out and try to see. It's just a wall. I closed out of the app and decided to take a break from stories and get some work done. I stood and stretched my arms out. I let out a yelp as I hit my bed. That's weird. I must have accidentally scooted it closer when I sat down. Confused, I looked around. Something seemed off about my room. My bed seemed closer to me than it had before, but it was still up against the wall as always. I shrugged it off and sat back down. Must have had just some weird moment of perspective. As I relaxed into a comfortable position, I decided that one more story wouldn't hurt. I reopened my phone and I clicked the next link. To my surprise, there was no story there. Just 3 words. Look behind you. I shut my phone off with a growl. What the hell is going on tonight? Did I miss a contest announcement or something? I rolled my eyes and stood up. Then I hit my head on the ceiling. I yelped in pain and crouched back down. That wasn't right. I was only 5'2". Even if I had somehow accidentally jumped, I couldn't have hit my head. My head started pounding as I realized the room wasn't still. The walls were growing closer. Eventually, I could hardly move. I tried to scream for help, but to no avail. Soon, I could barely breathe. I said a silent prayer, asking what to do and what was going to happen to me. Then I knew. I looked behind me. On my wall was a single word. Please follow instructions below. Posted by Beretta Vogue. So you've done it this time. There's a faceless, pale, spindly figure with razor-sharp teeth and an unholy grin, stalking you in your dreams. Its bones crack and pop like a bottle of bubbly, and it's scuttling right at you like a bug on drugs. What do? Do you board up your windows and spend the last 10 minutes of your life posting what led up to this moment on Reddit? Do you leave a vague, cryptic warning for those who stumble across your mangled corpse via a confusing title? Of course not. You're going to live to see another day. Here's a list of do's and don'ts to help you survive. 1. Most important rule, get outside. There is a much better chance of you escaping these things if you're not trapped in a box waiting for them to come knock on your door. Hunger drives them blind to the point they won't recognize you're gone until a few minutes later, and that gives you time to prepare. 2. Don't use firearms. Even the sight and smell of their own blood frenzies them. The gunshot isn't the problem. It's the lingering scent of gunpowder on your clothes that they're after. If you must defend yourself, throw rocks at them. This will remind them of the stoning they suffered before their current state. 3. Come to the forest. They won't enter the woods if you're deep in enough. 4. If you live near the sea, dive into the ocean and swim as far from shore as you can without being carried off. There are things beneath the waves that even they won't risk approaching. 5. Cemeteries offer a temporary distraction as they get confused by the screams, but once they make it out, it's hard to trap them again. 6. They will avoid alley cats that wander in the night. This does not mean you're safe to approach the cats as well. 7. Lastly, churches aren't always the best place to hide. These things are atheist, and some things will help them open the doors from the inside. Got all that? Good. Hope this helps you see the sunrise one more day. And if they stop chasing you at any point, don't worry about what could have scared them away. Just keep going. Again, like I said, the forests are ideal, because unlike them, we love a good chase. I know when my husband is cheating on me. Posted by Mellow Yellow Sun. I know when my husband is cheating on me. It's funny. Something like 60% of marriages end in infidelity. You never think it'll be yours. There are so many articles on it too. How to tell, what signs to watch for, is he spending too much time at the office or just working hard? Crappy episodes of daytime TV, some silly girls sobbing as it's all revealed. These articles, shows, dramas, they're for weaker women. I knew the moment my husband didn't love me anymore. No, it'll start small. He'll smile more for no reason. He'll laugh at little things she says or does, things he would have never in a million years found funny if you said them. And it only gets worse. His face will light up the sun when he sees her, and he will see her. You can't stop it. She's everywhere in his life, invasive, like a cancer or a leech. sucking all the attention and love away from you. And then, even worse, his friends, your friends, will notice. They'll tell you they've never seen him like this before, how happy he is. It's enough to make you sick. And finally, he'll tell you he's never felt love like this before, and he doesn't know how he's lived without her. Well, something had to be done, obviously. I love my husband, and I'm not having some little temptress steal him away from me. What kind of woman would I be then? No, so I took matters into my own hands. Thank God she's still little. I don't think I could have drowned her that easily if she could walk just yet.